I'm in the process of calibrating and maintaining all my tools. One of the things that I need to do is to protect all the metal surface on my tools. And because I'm easily influenced, I get myself a box of Carbon Method. If you guys don't know, Carbon Method is nanographene coating for tools. But that got me thinking, how is it different with any other graphene coating? So in today's video, we're comparing Carbon Method with graphene coating for cars. Are they any different? Or is it just a case of pink razor versus black razor? Same thing, different price because of the color. We'll find out, hopefully. I don't know because I recorded this intro before I started the process. Let's go. Let's start the video with a quick disclaimer. I bought everything here with my own money. Now that's out of the way, let's see what I stupidly spend my money on. First thing that you guys see here is the Carbon Method kit for 2 to 4 tools. At the time of the video, this costs $105, and in the box you will get everything that you need to protect up to 4 tools. Over here, you have the Avalon King ceramic protection for car. At the time of the video, this is also $105. Now you guys might wonder, if they're the same price, then why are we doing the comparison? Two things. The first one is, well, it's just fun. I just happen to have this in my storage for a year now. I got a new car last year and I thought I'm going to protect it with ceramic coating. Never happened, got lazy, and I thought, hey, why don't make a content with this? And then the second one is options. If they end up working about the same, then you will have more options when you want to protect your tools. You can go to Amazon and probably buy the ceramic coating for cars for cheaper. And of course, the last one over here, you see all the supplies that you need to clean the tool prior to putting the ceramic coatings. Now that you know what we have over here, let's go to the tools that we're going to protect. Alright, we're going to do this test on the joiner. And the joiner is perfect because it has two sides, the in-feed side and the out-feed side. So my plan is to put Carbon Method on the in-feed side and car graphene coating on the out-feed side. Let's start by cleaning it up first. This is my standard cast iron cleanup steps. I sprayed generous amount of WD-40 to lubricate the surface, and then I went through the surface with random orbit sander going from 120 grit, 220 grit, and then Scotch-Brite disc. After that, I wiped the residue with shop rag, sprayed isopropyl alcohol, and wiped them multiple times until the rag is clean. This is as clean as I can get it using the WD-40, sander, and isopropyl alcohol. It's pretty clean, but if I zoom in some spots, there's some really faint rust mark there that cannot be cleaned just using the WD-40. So we're going to take a look at the next step. The first thing that we're going to do is apply this pink solution that they call Carbon Cleanse. I opened it up and it kind of smells like isopropyl alcohol, even though it's not as strong. We're going to spray it and wipe it a couple of times and we'll see if it cleans it even more. I don't know if the Carbon Cleanse made a lot of difference, but it definitely cleans it up a little bit more. So now it's time for us to apply the ceramic coating. As we discussed, the in-feed will be Carbon Method and the out-feed will be the car ceramic coating. And these two need really thorough shape. I followed Carbon Method instruction on how to apply the coating. By the way, they did an amazing job with the guide. To apply Carbon Method, you want to make a well line along the circumference of the surface and then drag horizontal and vertical lines across to spread the coating evenly. Once that is done, you're going to level it by gently dragging the applicator pad across the surface. Alright, the first layer of Carbon Method was applied. Carbon Method recommended 3 to 4 layers with 1 hour's wait time in between layers. So while we're waiting for that one to cure, we're going to apply the car ceramic coating. The car ceramic coating application is basically the same with Carbon Method. I also buff each layer with microfiber cloth. Just for comparison purpose, I'm going to clean the fence and the rabbet latch and then apply paste wax, which is more of a traditional cast iron protection coat that a lot of woodworker uses. With the power of editing, today is the second day. I applied 3 coats of Carbon Method on the infeed and 2 coats of the car coating on the outfeed. I gave them 24 hours to cure. First impression, both Carbon Method and the car coating looks amazing. Carbon Method is slightly smoother to the touch, so material might glide easier on it. But of course, we're going to test that later. Just for comparison, here are the fans and the ledge that were treated with paste wax. They're not as shiny and they're a bit tackier to the touch. Now here comes the fun part, testing. I am not Suman, so I don't have professional testing apparatus, but we'll make do with what we have. We're going to do 3 tests: glidability, water test, and wear and tear. We're going to do the first test, glidability, how easy it is for material to glide across the surface. For this test, we are going to use this piece of cherry mahogany. I marked the side that I'm going to put on the surface. The test is going to be pretty simple. I'll put this piece on the edge of the surface and then I will flick it using my 4 fingers. I will measure how far it slides, do it 10 times, and then I will take the average, minimum, and maximum distance. I will do this 4 times, twice on each side. The first test is Carbon Method side as is. Second set, car coat as is. The reason why I say it as is because the Carbon Method kit comes with a spray called Carbon Glide. It will make the surface smoother. We're going to apply it on the Carbon Method side and run the test again. Of course, we'll spray the glide on the car coat side as well and run the test again. I'll put the result of my pseudoscience glidability test around here. But we can draw 2 conclusions. The first one is Carbon Glide works, and then the second one, Carbon Method is smoother than car coating. So far, Carbon Method 1, car coating 0. Let's move to the next one, moisture test. I have 3 water droplets on each table. The first one was wiped immediately, the second one will be there for 24 hours, and the third one for 72 hours to simulate being left over the weekend. I will do this on both infeed and outfeed table. This is what happens after around 12 hours. Seems like we have oxidation on both Carbon Method side and car coating side. I don't think I want to leave this for any longer, so let's abort mission, wipe the droplets, and assess the damage. Surprisingly, the damage is not bad at all. This is the car coating side. You can see slight stain if you squint. But on the Carbon Method side, you can't see any stain. This is the result for the moisture test. Both coating will create hydrophobic surface. However, based on the stain that we have left, you cannot leave standing water for too long. You have more leeway though with Carbon Method, which kind of makes sense because car paint is the one that provides protection from rust and not the graphene coating. Let's go to the third test, wear and tear. I'm going to calibrate the table, reassemble the joiner, clean up the rest and do a couple of test cuts. This will expose the joiner top to metal, wood, and dust. Of course, this is not going to be a definitive wear and tear test, but hey, we can see how well the coating stands up to regular use. So the top went through a bit of abuse, and here are what I noticed. I enjoy how slick both sides are, and it makes working with the joiner a lot more enjoyable. Also, I can't really tell the slickness differences between the two coatings. Both coatings are also very good at repelling dust and wood chips. They're both really easy to clean. As a comparison, here is the fans that's treated with paste wax. Not sure if you guys can see them, but there's more dust sticking to it. I noticed scratches on the car coat side from the guard. This is completely my fault though, because the guard should float a bit over the table. Similarly, there's also a bit of scratches on both sides from the fans rubbing against the table. I will keep an eye on both sides and see if there's any differences in the long term. So let me do this to remind myself which side is which. But for day-to-day use, I'd say it's a tie, so Carbon Method 3, Car Coat 1.
We're at the end of the video, so it's conclusion time. Let's start with the first question. Are they the same thing? And this is what I think.
Same, but different.
They are probably very similar, but tailored for their specific use case. The Carbon Method definitely works better for tools. The next question is, are they interchangeable? Can you use car graphene coating for your tools? I don't know the answer because I haven't tested for a longer term yet, but I'll tell you guys what I'm going to do. For my other tools, I'm going to use Carbon Method. When I run out of Carbon Method, I will take a look at the price and I will only switch to car graphene coating if the car graphene coating is a lot cheaper, which this one is not. So I guess I have to use it for my car. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Bye!